Hi, welcome to America 2.0. You're going to want to sit down for this video. I'll wait. No, seriously, sit down. I'm going to seriously wait like 30 seconds to start this. "20 seconds. You got 10 more. Just kidding. Anyway, Iran now has nuclear weapons. This was brought to actually me by Israel News Live. And something by Stephen Ben-Danoon. This was only put out about 7 hours ago on 1/12/15, so this is pretty new. When this hits if this hits the regular news channels, the world's going to be in a shitstorm frenzy. All right, here's the basics here. A former Iranian descendant and scientist confirmed, along with many other sources, there's like 50 sources at this point, confirmed that Iran doesn't have just one, doesn't just have two, has three, equal to 115 or more kilotons atomic bomb. And basically, they claim to not have the missiles capable of hitting Israel. Sorry, they have nukes. They have one or two missiles. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me get on with the story. He goes on to say that Mr. Obama does not participate in Israeli foreign policy enough to really care, or DC would be all over this, and it would be on every news article in the country. Now, this came from Israel News. This isn't from me. I'm not making this shit up. And like I said, it doesn't have missiles capable of hitting Israel. And they'd be working with Hamas, supposedly, and others in the region like Palestine to deliver them. I'm not even going to say where, because I don't want to be responsible for that statement, but proof's in the pudding. Hamas is where? Palestine. Where's Palestine? Right next door. Hey, it's all part of the whole WW3 thing. It is. Oh, get this. This is awesome. I can't write this if I tried, honestly. Alrighty. Turns out they already tested one in North Korea. I can't make this up if I tried. I shit you not. I can't. North Korea and Iran have been working together on a nuclear project. So, when we're talking about this, what are we talking about? We are talking about now Iran has nuclear arms. It has not been confirmed North Korea has, but I can't say it. I'm not going to go that big on this. You can read the headlines though. Yeah, okay. All right. North Korea has nukes now. Probably. Probably not. I don't know. I'll wait till the details. And both have been working together on this for a long time. Iran has 3 confirmed atomic bombs that are 115 kiloton or more. Now, since this is the big article, let me bring this together to you about everything that I've been posting the last 2 weeks. Israel's getting surrounded by ISIS. ISIS is pretty much being led by somebody everybody believes to be a Mossad agent, an Israeli CIA type. So they can surround their own country and do their own false flag. Supposedly, I don't know. I'm not there. They're not paying me. Okay, now supposedly Iran, their worst enemy, their worst nightmare in the region, now has nuclear bombs. Oh, and it gets better. It gets better. Not only does Iran have nuclear bombs, but who are they working with? Oh, the other guy, North Korea. Yeah. Uh, it sounds like this is written. I mean, I wrote it. I had to take notes. First couple of stories I told, people were like, dude, you didn't write any notes. What are you doing? I said, okay, fine. Fine, 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 fine. I'll do 5 minutes talking, and I'll do 5 minutes of explaining. Now let me fit it into the WW3 platform here. Okay? WW3 platform. Okay, here it is. Everybody's going to surround Russia. Russia's going to get pissed off and hit the nuke button. Israel's going to get surrounded and pissed off and hit the nuke button. NATO's getting ready to surround Israel with about 19 to about 100,000 troops, and Putin's going to get pissed off and hit the nuke button, supposedly. Israel, as we know, is getting surrounded by ISIS, supposedly. In Saudi Arabia, Syria, Iraq, been talks about Lebanon, been talks about Egypt. Egypt just had them over the border. Turkey. And next comes Lebanon, Jordan, and Foof, Israel. So this thing's coming down to the wire pretty fast. You watch if it takes them probably 2 weeks to announce this publicly, that it has been confirmed by all the major sources that Iran has nuclear bombs. I've always figured they've had nukes. I'm sorry. The idea that nukes have been around since the 40s and every country doesn't have one or two. Sorry, no. No, I'm sorry. I would believe beyond a reasonable doubt they have 10. That they've had 4 since the 50s. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. The idea that, that, that's the same mindset that says you're not going to find an RPG in Detroit. You are. Okay? I don't have them. I don't have any of that crazy shit. I have a little pew pew pew, little 22s and shit. But seriously, this idea that Iran now has nuclear weapons as everything's coming together. Oh, sorry, everything's coming together over here. I don't know how I feel about that. It's just one of those things where you go, dude, we know they've had nukes. I mean, come on, dude. They've been quiet for so long, supposedly. They have nukes. I'm sorry. They've had them. Oh, but now they're working with North Korea, supposedly. Well, at least we know what the false flag was around that Sony movie. Oh, there was talk about North Korea. Hey, what are we going to say? They're pissed off about the Sony movie, the interview. Oh, no, it's not that they're teaming up with Iran to build nuclear weapons. No, of course not. But hey, there are no false flags here. We're not imprisoning our own people. Cosby and the father from Sons of Guns aren't getting rape charges because they're talking out against Obama? Oh, of course not. This shit is just happening all together. Of course. All those generals who had those rape charges against them in 2013, yeah, that was coincidence. Sorry, no. It's all part of the same situation. Telling you, the same people who wrote the Bible, who wrote the Quran, are still in power. And every day they put a little out there, and then they take it away for 2 or 3 weeks. They put a little out there, and they take it away. Put a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, until one day you just wake up and go, oh fuck. Oh, well, they've been saying this for years. Ah. And it's all the same thing. It's a stage. It's a fucking stage. It's the Lucifer experiment at its grandest. I mean, it's all a stage to these people. That's all we are. Like, not even pawns. I mean, you hear about like the Vatican and other countries taking people in, and you hear about these sex scandals and shit, and then you hear that they have two, three, 400 bodies that are found in mass graves that have been eaten, and you go, oh well, the cannibalism. What about the cannibalism? No, we'll talk about sex crimes instead of cannibalism. Okay, you know, but it's all coming down. So tell you what, if we lost the Vatican, eh, I'm sorry, I've never been a Catholic. I've always stuck to more Orthodox Christian views. Uh, I used to live in Dearborn. When I did have Muslim friends, I would go to mosque every now and then, but it wasn't that big of a deal to me because I was like 7. You know, hey, want to go to church? No, not really. I don't really want to go to church anyways. But fuck, I got to do this. Okay. But it was what it was. But I've prayed in Indian temples. I've prayed in Buddhist temples. You know, but this idea that Iran now has nuclear weapons at the end times. Come on, guys. Throw me something better than this, please. Please. I swear to God, with the way things are going, they're going to find Noah's Ark tomorrow. I fucking don't get it. They're going to find Noah's Ark. And then Jesus is going to come out and say, hey, guys, what's up? Woo! I mean, I hate to say that, but these stories that they've been leading up to are actually coming true the exact way that they've been written. And this is the only reason why the people who wrote the Bible and the Quran and all these things are doing this, because their great 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 grandparents, or them, if we find out that these people, ETs, whatever they are the actual people that have been around this damn long, actually just set it up that way. They put out 2 big books in mass quantities and said, okay, now you will bend to my will, and toward the end, this is the way it's going to be. And toward the end, that's exactly the way it is. Because they run the show. I'll say it once, it's kind of weird that the Illuminati are coming out letting ordinary people join. You know, I've read a lot of books about the end time and other things, and I don't know. The original guidelines for the Illuminati were you had to make $1 million salary a year, lots of other things, and this idea that Joe Blow down the street can join kind of sounds like they're getting ready to use people as a food source. I'm sorry, but it does. Okay? And now in the end times, Iran now has nuclear weapons. Oh, but it doesn't stop there, does it? No. They're working with North Korea. And guess what happened? Oh, no, it was about that Sony hack, and they were pissed off because of that. No, no, no. North Korea was buzzing because North Korea and Iran were working on this project together, and the White House even stated it from this guy, the source, said Mr. Obama does not participate in Israel foreign policy, where D.C. would be all over this and on notice. And that is why they weren't in Paris, because Obama doesn't care. Okay, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. He knows that he was put in for a certain job. He did the job. Now it's time for him to retire somewhere else. He's not going to be in politics like the Clintons and the Bushes anymore. He knows he was a one-time show and he's gone. Maybe Sasha and Malik or whatever their names are will end up as ambassadors to Kenya or whatever. Who cares? Let them go off and use up the money, as I'm sure they've earned it as well. But the idea that now toward the end Iran has nuclear weapons and they're working with North Korea. Sorry guys, I gotta end this. I'm running out of steam to put up with all this crap. This is probably 99% true and we should all be shitting our pants. But at this point, America 2.0 and I are starting to lose it as far as all these little stories that are now just basically coming true, all in the end and rapidly coming to a close. So, this is America 2.0.